Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to teach you how to play Parrot Party, which is a simple card game. Parrot Party is pretty similar to Uno in the sense that you all start with cards and you're trying to get rid of your cards as quickly as possible because that's how you earn points. So, in Parrot Party, you have a deck of cards and the cards go from 1 to 6 and there are also parrot cards. And there's 8 of each. So there's 8 ones, 8 twos, 8 threes, etc., all the way up to 8 parrots. And what happens is at the start of the game, all of us are dealt 6 cards, and you can see them in your hand at the bottom of the screen here. So I got dealt a 1, a 2, a 6, and a parrot. All right. What happens is the top card is flipped over, and that starts the discard pile. So right now, the card that is the last card played is a 2. So it's a turn-based game. On your turn, you can do one of 3 things. You can either play a valid card, you can draw a new card, or you can sit out. So let's explain what each of those 3 things are. The first thing you can do is you can play a valid card. A valid card is a card that is the same number as the last card played, or 1 higher. So right now the last card played is a 2, which means I can play a 2 or a 3. Okay, so that's very simple. Parrot cards count as both 7s and 0s, so they wrap around the number line. So I can play a parrot on top of a 6, and I can play a 1 on top of a parrot. All right? So on your turn, one of the things you can do is play a valid card. Super simple. The second thing you can do is draw a card, and you just draw a new card from the deck, and that's your entire turn. The final thing you can do is you can sit out. So you'll see in your hand that you have a sit out card, and if you sit out, that means you're not going to play any more cards that round. You're stuck with whatever cards are currently left over in your hand. Now, what is the object of the game? Every round, you're going to play till the round ends, and when the round ends, you're going to count the points that you have from that round. And what you're trying to do is you're actually trying to minimize the number of points you have. The round ends when one of 2 things happens. Either every player sits out, so if everyone has sat out and then the round is over, or if someone runs out of cards, then the round immediately ends. Okay? And the number of points you take is equal to the sum of the unique values in your hand. So, for example, let's suppose that I sat out right now. I have 2 1s, 2 2s, a 6, and a parrot. Parrots count as 10 points, so you really don't want to get stuck with parrots in your hand. So my score from this round would be 1 plus 2, which is 3, plus 6, which is 9, plus 10, which is 19. So it's the unique values in your hand. So it doesn't matter if you have 1 1 or 5 1s, all of those cards only contribute 1 point to your overall score. You are trying to get rid of as many cards in your hand as possible because any cards that you're stuck with when the round ends, you take as points, and points are bad. There's one more quirk of the scoring, and the quirk is if you run out of cards during a round, which ends the round, you get a bonus to your score. And the bonus is that the first digit of your current score goes down by 1. So, for example, let's imagine that my score is currently 17. And we're playing through a round, and I get through all my cards, ending the round. My bonus is that instead of 17, the first digit of my score, which is a 1, goes down to 0. So now I have only 7 points. I essentially got a bonus of 10 points. Similarly, if my current score was 6 points, and I finished all my cards, I would get a bonus, and my score would go from 6 to 5. So the first digit of my score would decrease by 1. So it's a little quirk of this game that the first digit of your score goes down by 1. Right? Let's play through a few rounds, and you'll see exactly how this works. So it's my turn. The last card played is a 2, which means I can play a 2 or a 3 if I want to play a card. Or I can draw a card, or I can sit out. So I'm going to play my 2 here. Okay? Now it's bot 1's turn. Bot 1 is going to draw a card. Okay? If you draw a card, it goes in this pile over here. Okay, bot 2 played a 3. Bot 3 drew a card. Okay, so I can't play any valid cards. I don't have a 3 or a 4, so I'm going to draw a card. And I got a 5. And so on and so forth. Okay, The last thing I'll mention is that the game ends when someone hits 40 points or more. And as soon as the game ends, the players with the lowest score win. That's how you play Parrot Party. It's very quick, very simple. There's a little bit of strategy in terms of when to draw cards versus when to play them, but it's super light, and I think you'll like it a lot. Thanks so much.